Today I'm going to share a couple more home updates, one small and one pretty big. The big one will come a little later. As I mentioned before, I have a ton of home updates to share, so I think I'll just vlog and just get whatever footage that I'm doing, hopefully each week, and then just include one or two updates, and that way the videos won't be super long. But the first one I'm going to show you, we had an empty space upstairs. It's a hallway. It's actually behind my camera outside of our gym, our guest bedrooms and bathroom. And it was big enough where it needed a little something, but I like simple, so I didn't want to overdo it. So I bought several things from Amazon, a faux olive tree, a flower pot, and a picture light, and then I got a picture from HomeGoods. So I made a little corner. And I did post a reel on Instagram. If you have Instagram, I would love it if you would follow me there. It's crystalrenee.lifestyle. I post a lot more because it's quicker, easier content, but I'm also going to be more consistent, hopefully, on YouTube. So I'm back again. I hope you enjoyed the video, but right now I'm going to show you the corner. And again, stay tuned for later on where you will see the biggest update for this video. All right, here is the corner. So there's the tree. It came in an itty bitty little pot. So I got this one from Amazon. And I loved the shape of it. And even though I'll see a lot of these trees in huge oversized pots, which I love, I felt like the corner was a little tight for that. So I just got one a little bit bigger. I spray painted it because it had some imperfections, but I didn't want to take it back because of the size and shape. And then you can see a close up of the tree. I think it looks really nice for a faux olive tree. And then I got moss from Hobby Lobby. And a trick, I actually stuffed it with some Amazon packaging to fill it and then just put the moss across the top. And then this is the art that I got from HomeGoods. I had bought 3 to go in our living room and we didn't like it, so I kept one for up here. And then my favorite thing is this picture light. It is a base of metal that you are supposed to screw in, but I just used command strips so I wouldn't have to drill into the wall. And then the light itself is separate. It's actually magnetic, so you can position it however you want to, like higher up or down on the base. And then it's rechargeable, so you can just take the light itself off and charge it as needed. It has a remote that comes with it, and then you can also use it on the side, and you can do a warmer temperature, a little bit dimmer. And I'm sorry, y'all can't actually see what I'm doing. Okay, and then turn it off. I like to keep it on this setting because we use daylight bulbs in the house. And here's another angle. So I just wanted to show that if you have a space that's kind of empty, you don't want to put a whole lot right there. It's not a very large space. Just an idea, maybe some type of plant. I didn't want to do a real one just because there's no direct light here. And I like the idea of a tree. I've always wanted a faux olive tree. So that is the corner. And I hope you guys really like it. I'll be heading out soon, but I'm gonna eat a Monte Cristo for breakfast. I filmed a reel on how I make it, and there's recipes online too, but they are delicious, so you should try it if you haven't. I'm getting ready to head out, but I just wanted to show you a quick outfit of the day. This is kind of like a uniform for me. I love Express body contour tops. Oops, went too far. They're so comfortable. Just got on some high-waisted distressed jeans and my flip-flops. And before I head out, I want to show you my centerpiece. And I've got some dry cleaning here. I've got to pick some up and drop those off. But I have these faux eucalyptus on the island, and I want to see if there's like a fall-ish look stems that I can find. I'm checking in. I dropped off and picked up dry cleaning. It's in the back seat. And then I showed you a clip in the beauty supply. Y'all, I love the beauty supply store. It is like being a kid in a candy store. I'm a product junkie. It's bright in there. So I was in there looking at everything, but I did get what I actually needed to. Now I'm on the other side of town. I just went in Marshall's, didn't really see a whole lot. I'm gonna run in Costco because we're out of dryer sheets. I also need gas, which I always do. I'm gonna go in Home Goods, and I'm checking for living room art. I have to check constantly because their inventory always changes. And then I'm also going to go in Hobby Lobby to look at their stems since I'm looking for some fall ones. And I think that's probably gonna be it before I head back home. So if there's anything I think you might wanna see, I'll film it. And if not, I'll just show you a mini haul if I find anything. Y'all, I just left Home Depot. Whew, I parked far away. So I needed this pot. I needed a wider one with a drain built in because my peace lily isn't doing too great. And I also love the Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Mix, and I needed some more. So as you can see, the top of this is jacked up and there's nothing you can do, like it doesn't budge. So the manager, he's the only one they had. I'm trying to turn it so you can see how it's all the way around, but some sides are better than others. So it's normally like $38 and something. He gave it to me for $18 and said I can still return it if I don't feel like I can hide the imperfections enough. But these are really heavy and they're like my other ones I just got. It's just a shorter one. So I didn't want to pass it up for $18 since it's the only one, and I'll see if I can make it work. I'm in Michael's. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of some of the florals that they have if you haven't checked them out yet. I love all of the variety and the different shades of colors and the different styles that they had. And I did end up finding something in here very simple for my island that I will show you. And then after that, I went to Home Goods because I am still looking for art for our living room. I mentioned it in the last vlog. These pieces here are kind of the vibe I'm looking for, just a simple, clean, textured, but I need it to be about 60 by 40, and I would prefer it be framed. So I still haven't found it, but at least they do have the idea of what I'm looking for, so I will continue to check. I'll be okay. Hey y'all, I'm back home. I'm gonna show you a mini haul, but first, look at that handsome specimen. What are we having for dinner, hubby?
Italian rice.
Italian rice.
Farm-raised catfish.
Seasoned to perfection. You're doing it in the air fryer?
Yes, in the air fryer. You know, can't fry nothing in the house. Got to do everything in the air fryer.
You got jokes today. Okay.
I'm just telling the truth. That time I'm gonna get beat up.
Okay. Tell them you're kidding.
No, I'm telling the truth.
Anywho, he had my tea ready for me when I got here. I like to drink tea before dinner. Okay, mini haul. Home Goods, I got this. I really just got it because it's purple iridescent, but it's supposed to be like Halloween. And then this one, it says to please reuse once empty, and that's really why I got it, because I could either put a flower, plant, or another candle. And then I did find some stems, and I actually found them at Michael's instead of Hobby Lobby. But I got 2 of these, and then 1 of these. So I'm gonna put those in here for my fall look. And then I showed you guys the pot in the back of my car, but we had to sit it out here to see if we thought the imperfection would be hidden well enough, and it is. So hopefully that wider base, my struggling peace lily, will do better in that. And then the Miracle grows out in the garage, and that was about it. So we're gonna eat dinner soon. Can I see the progress real quick? Can I open it?
Go ahead.
There's the progress, looking good. Okay, now I'll quit interrupting the cooking. Hey y'all, I know I look crazy. I've been out showing houses and it's windy today, but it's so nice outside. It's like 77 degrees. It's beautiful. But I wanted to bring you with me to work just for a few minutes, just so you kind of know what I do. I work for a new home builder. I'm normally in a model home. I do a lot of paperwork. I have to create all of the documents to get houses built and do contracts and things like that. But I'm in one of my neighborhoods. I just showed a couple 2 houses. They're trying to decide between the same floor plan on 2 different lots. I think seeing them both again helped them out. So now I'm actually walking through all of these houses. This neighborhood has several completed homes, and they were blue taped for like touch-up paint. And the blue tape was supposed to be removed and some of it wasn't. So I've got my tennis shoes on and I am walking house to house just to get my steps in. And I am taking down blue tape and making sure all of the homes are locked before I head to my primary neighborhood where my office is all set up. So I may show you something else related to houses today, but I just wanted to let you know what I'm currently up to. For those who think real estate is glamorous, these are the shoes I have on. I keep them with me at all times because I do a ton of walking. And this is what my arm currently looks like. I forgot to bring my little bag in here, and there's nowhere to throw anything away in these new houses. So just let you know, real estate is not always glamorous. Hey y'all, I'm back in my office and I have a little mirror over here. My hair is still doing whatever it wants to do, but it is what it is. So I'm back and I thought about it because one of my YouTube social media friends asked me recently about real estate because she's thinking about possibly changing careers. I won't say who it is because I don't know that she would want me to, but hey, you know who you are. I wanted to just briefly tell you guys like kind of what I do, but how I got into real estate and some quick pros and cons between new home sales and general brokerage, which is just regular real estate. So I've always wanted to do real estate, but a lot of people say I want to do real estate because I love looking at houses. And while that's a good reason, don't get into it just because of that, because there's so much more. There's more of a time obligation, financial obligation. There are moments of high stress. So don't do it just because of that, although that is a good reason to want to do it. So I've always wanted to do real estate. Part of it was because I love looking at houses, but I also just thought it was a beautiful thing to possibly help somebody, you know, fulfill their dream of home ownership. And that gives you that satisfaction and reward to help you get through those tough times. So I started out doing general brokerage part-time because I didn't want to take the leap into full-time and not have any stash of income, which brings me to another point. If you're going to go into real estate, you need to have a couple of scenarios, or one of 2 scenarios. Either have 6 months to a year of money saved up, or have a financial support, because there's a very real possibility you will not make money right away. So let's say it took you a month, 2 months, 3 months, however long to even get your first client. Because as we know, almost everybody knows a real estate agent. You might have gone to school with one, you might be friends with one, have gone to church with one. Usually somebody knows a real estate agent, so it's very competitive. So let's say it takes you a few months to get your first client and they purchase a home. It could take 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, 90 days. It just depends for them to actually close. And in real estate, you do not get paid until the home closes and the deed is recorded. So if you think about that, you could easily be looking at 6 months. You could be looking at a year. It just depends on when you get that first client and how quickly you can find them what they're looking for, or how quickly you can help them sell their home. So have a support or have money saved up. And the differences between new home sales and general brokerage, I'll just tell you a couple of quick pros and cons from my experience. New home sales, you have kind of a captive audience because you usually have something people want. And if you start out in new home sales and that builder already has existing inventory, then it's going to be quicker that you'll have the opportunity to sell something and it close. So if you go to work for a new home builder and let's say they have 4 houses completely ready to go or very close to being complete, then there's a chance you could get somebody under contract within your first week. I mean, it's possible. And then they could close in 30 or 45 days. So even though that's still a little bit of time with no income, your chances are better to make money faster. Now, general brokerage, the biggest positive is the flexibility, because you can make your own schedule. And especially once you get more established, but even starting out, You can make your own schedule. You can tell buyers, hey, I'm only going to be available to show you houses during this window of time on these days, or I'm only going to meet with you to list your house during this window of time on these days. It does limit you as far as your clients that you can help, but it gives you flexibility. And the reason a lot of agents like that is because they might have kids in school and they want to be able to pick up their kids every day, or be home when their kids get home, or be home when their spouse gets home. There's so many reasons why they want that flexibility, or just to be able to do what they want to do. In new home sales, normally, like I'm in a model home. I have actual hours that I'm expected to be here or be available to meet people. If you're going into real estate for the flexibility, then new home sales may not be for you if that builder has a model home that they expect to be manned. If they're more independent and smaller, you might not have as much inventory to sell, but they may not have an office that they expect you to always be in. You might just have to meet people where they're building. So I hope that makes sense. So just look into what you're going to do and how you want to live your life. I prefer new home sales just because it's a little more stability, especially starting out. I like new construction, but the flip side again is I have actual hours. And then before all of that, also know that you need to study when you take your real estate class. And that sounds very simplistic, but so many people will go to class and they don't open their book outside of that room. The people that were in my class who had taken it multiple times because they failed, that was their common denominator. They all said, I did not look at my book outside of this classroom. Study, study, study. Study for your class exam, study for your state exam. And then just know that there are several financial obligations that come with being a real estate agent. So if you're doing general brokerage and you're not making money right away, not only do you have to pay your regular bills, but you have to pay to be a member of your multiple listing service known as MLS. Whatever brokerage that you go with, you usually have to pay them an office fee. And that's basically where your real estate license is. So I have a brokerage where my real estate license is, and I sell for a new home builder. So it's two separate entities. You have to pay for continuing education every year. You have to pay for post-licensing classes, and that's when you can become a full broker, which that's going into something else deeper. But if you want to be a realtor and not just a real estate agent, you have to pay for that, and you have to pay annually. There's just a lot that goes with it financially in addition to the time commitments. So a lot of people will jump into real estate. They're watching $1 million listing and they think it's glamorous and easy. Normally that's not the case. So just know everything that you need to know going into it, and then you won't be blindsided, and that way you can enjoy your career. So I just wanted to throw that in here. I have thought about starting a separate real estate channel because it's hard to mix content, but because I haven't done that yet and I kind of brought you guys with me at the other neighborhood, I thought I would just throw this in here in case any of you were interested in getting into real estate, had some questions about what I actually do. I do a lot of back end things, paperwork. I have to turn everything in to get these houses to even be built, or help people if we're letting them make their own selections, do contracts. So anyway, that's really brief. Leave a comment if you have any questions. DM me on Instagram if you want more in detail. But I just wanted to throw that out here since I was asked about it and hadn't really talked about it before. But if you go into it knowledgeable, it is a beautiful thing, and I truly do love it. And now what I am so excited to share, as you can see, we have a blank wall in our 2-story foyer. This is an inspiration picture I got from Pinterest, and so we had a guy come and use that to make us an accent wall. He used it as inspiration, but then he adjusted it based on the size and shape. And then here's just a few little progress pics when he had started getting to work after he had painted the wood. And now here's one more video clip of the wall before. I'm going to show you a couple of video clips after, as well as some still photos at the very end. But when you walk in that door, it makes such a huge impact now. We've already gotten so much positive feedback when people have come in and seen it, especially when they had seen it previously. So I hope you guys really like it. I will not be putting any art or pictures on top of it. I know some people do that, but I love it exactly the way it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. God bless you. Bye.